Good morning. Let us sing together, Door of My Heart. The lyrics will be up on the screen.
We're going to repeat it a couple times. Each time, try and go deeper into the Spirit. Door of my heart, open wide, I keep for thee. Door of my heart, open wide, I keep for thee. Wilt thou come, just for once come to me? Wilt thou come, just for once come to me? Will my days fly away without seeing thee, my Lord? Will my days fly away without seeing thee, my Lord? Night and day, I look for thee, night and day. Night and day, I look for thee, night and day. Door of my heart, open wide, I keep for thee. Door of my heart, open wide, I keep for thee. Will thou come, just for once come to me? Will thou come, just for once come to me? Will my days fly away without seeing thee, my Lord? Will my days fly away without seeing thee, my Lord? Night and day, I look for thee, night and day. Night and day, I look for thee, night and day.
Wasn't that so pretty? You could have gone on another 10 times, and each time I was getting deeper and deeper, or rising further and further. Thank you, Mitch and Aisha. Welcome to Unity Rochester Spiritual Center. I am Reverend Barb, the minister and spiritual director of this beautiful place, and look who I see out there. Welcome, my friends. Welcome. Good to have you. Is there anyone here for the first time? You raise that hand right up there, Charlotte. Thank you. Charlotte, where are you from? Rochester. From Rochester. I'm so glad you're here. Do you want to introduce your mommy? What's your mommy? Erica? Yes, Erica. Nice to have you here with us. Yes. Elsie, so good to see you. John, so good to see you here. So glad to have you back, our dear friends. Is there anyone else here? Roy is here for the first time. Welcome, Roy. I hope you'll come back other times as well. Tony, come stai, Tony? Molto bene, molto bene. Welcome, Tony. So glad to have you here. So glad to have you here. Our guest speaker today is Fatima Razic. Razic. Our friend and former vocalist has been here to sing for us and with us. Fatima is a spiritual woman, for sure. She has been a guest speaker here before, and she always brings me up into her spiritual realm when she is speaking, and I hope that you experience that as well. Fatima is a successful small business owner of Evolve Me, and if you look in the mirror when you're wearing one of her Evolve Me shirts, it says, "I am love," which is what we are. Fatima is also a professional singer, and a little bit later during announcements, I hope that you'll share with us your upcoming gig. I'm looking forward to that. Thank you. Let's welcome Fatima. And she's a wonderful cook. She made a wonderful, delicious lunch for me one day. It was great. Let us take a nice deep breath and bring ourselves into our opening prayer to prepare us to hear the word of God, for us to remember that we are following our way shower, Jesus the Christ. Oh, Holy Creator, thank you for bringing us together. Thank you for the love and the spirit and the joy that fills this room, the warmth that fills this room. Allow us to open our minds to spirit for the inspiration that will be and continues to be shared with us today and for all days. May we remember that each one of us is the light of God, and that as we go about our week, go about our days, our primary function is to spread the light of God, the love and the care and the warmth, and to reach out to our brothers and sisters so that no one feels excluded, so that all are welcome. This is a sanctuary of love and hope. This is a sanctuary of acceptance for all, no matter what the spiritual path or no spiritual path. Unity Rochester Spiritual Center welcomes you in your thoughts and in your ideas. Thank you, Holy Creator. And so it is. Amen. And the daily word is going to be read by William Turner. But first, we will bring up the prayer box. Suzanne was headed for it, and then she saw that I took the wrong U-turn. Thank you, Suzanne, secretary to the board, prayer chaplain, who does so much for our church. This box contains your prayers, your offers of gratitude, your hopes, your reminders of faith. Our prayer chaplains will pray for you. We will all pray for you. As will Silent Unity pray for you for 30 days, because these intentions will be sent to Silent Unity. Thank you. William, would you like to come up now? Thank you.
Okay, are we on the right? Nope, I need my book. Thank you so much. Okay, today's daily word starts with free. Divine wisdom, love, and strength guide me to freedom. While I may not be able to control what is happening around me, I have the power to choose my response. Even though it may seem paradoxical, assuming complete responsibility for my reactions and choices is the key to my freedom. No one and nothing can make me feel a certain way. Living from this awareness gives me the power to create my life from the inside out. I choose my thoughts, words, and actions. If I don't like what my life is showing me, I have the power to make new choices. I do not squander my spiritual freedom. Other people and worldly situations have no control over me. Taking full responsibility for my life, I am free to create my future by living from my divinity. As servants of God, live as free people, yet do not use your freedom as a pretext for evil. And that comes from 1 Peter 2:16.
May we recite together, please, the Lord's Prayer. Our Creator, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts. We forgive the debtors. And leave us not in temptation, but deliver us from error. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen.
Let us sing together. Again, I clothe myself safely round. I clothe myself safely round
with infinite love and wisdom. I clothe myself safely round with infinite love and wisdom. With love, with love, with infinite love and wisdom. I clothe myself safely round with infinite love and wisdom. I clothe myself safely round with infinite love and wisdom. With love, with love, with infinite love and wisdom.
Good morning, everybody. If you would read the affirmation with me. As I allow God's Spirit to work through me, I am allowing God's Spirit to flow easily. I'll read it one more time. As I allow God's Spirit to work through me, I am allowing God's Spirit to flow easily. Today's lesson is about creating space within yourself for God to work through you. I'll present a process, which is very logical, but there's a lot of spiritual aspects to it. I've done this many, many times without intentionally knowing that's what I was doing. But this week it sort of all came together, and I'll tell you what the 3 steps are. The first step, I want to take my earring off because it's clinking. The first step is intentional discipline. And there's a reason why I'm calling it intentional discipline. My first word for it was mindful discipline, which is just as good, but intentional is a little bit more powerful. The second one is engaging your imagination. So discipline, imagination, and the third one is to have fun. We get to have fun too. So intentional discipline, what do I mean by that? A lot of people have a discipline of doing something on a daily basis, whether that they're athletes or you just go to work 9 to 5. You have a discipline of simply doing the daily things, showing up to work at 9, leaving at 5, and expecting a check in return, right? So we're all disciplined in certain ways. But when we engage a discipline inside of us that originates from an internal goal, like I want $1 million in my bank account, right? Or I want a better body, or I want to be happier, or I'm over this depression. Every day I want to be excited to live every day. That's something that comes from inside of you. Nobody's telling you you need to do this. This is something that's yours and your desire and your wish. Having a discipline every day, what I'm suggesting is we need to overcome our body every single day. And the discipline has to include an activity where you arrive to a wall that says, I can't do that. I've never done that. I've never done that. Oof, I'm not worthy. What do you mean? I'm not worthy. I can't do that. I can't meditate for an hour. I can't sit. I can't take a cold shower for a minute. No, I've tried it. It's not for me. I can't go to gym. No. You have to arrive to that thought and overcome it and say, no, just as William said, we make new choices. New choices. This is where the work happens in the body, right? This is where the body learns something new. So when you say, I'm going to go to gym, okay, I've said this a million times. And I'm putting myself on the spot. I have tried to get up in the morning at 5 a.m. and then what happens is I go to bed at midnight because that's my normal time, and then I can't wake up. But I've circumvented that a little bit, and I say, okay, I don't have to go at 5 a.m. I can go to 11 a.m. What's the big deal? I can go at 5 p.m. Not a big deal. I can go in the afternoon, right? But I have been in that space where my brain simply doesn't want to follow. But like, I can't wake up at 5 a.m. This is just not for me. I'm not a morning person. I'm a night person, right? But you have to arrive to that place that says, I don't think I can do that. I simply don't think because why? Because I've never done it. Why should I be able to do that? But actually doing it. So say day 1. And it could involve anything. It doesn't have, so this week, in order to prime myself to give this talk to you, I challenged myself to be on the Stairmaster for 2 hours every day. Yesterday I was on it for 3 hours. I went twice. The trainer said, he double looked, he goes, didn't I see? Yes, you did see me. I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission. I was excited. I was like, oh my God. When I was done with the 3 hours, my legs were tired, but in my body, I felt such an energy, such a momentum. It was like, I can do this. Look at me, I'm still walking. I didn't think I could walk after this, but I'm still walking. And I still had energy. I was ready to go. I called Roy last night at 10 p.m. I go, I'm ready to go. I'm ready. Let's go. Come on. Right? My body was a little tired, but that's the whole point, overcoming your body. Now, most of you, some of you will say 2 hours at Stairmaster. No, that's not for me. I hear you. But I don't want to hear excuses. This isn't a time where you tell yourself excuses for why you can't do something. Because I know you have 3 minutes every day. And I know that you would have to overcome the same thoughts that I had stepping on that Stairmaster if I were to tell you, take a cold shower for 3 minutes. The shock that your body experiences during those 3 minutes is crazy. Because you go, right? Something similar to happens when people say my name. When I say Fatima Razic, when your ear hears a R, which is a rolled R, your brain automatically, if it's not used to it, your brain automatically says, hold up a second. This is something I know and I gotta pause, I gotta figure what this is, but then you miss all of my last name. You don't know what I said. But if I were to tell you Razic, okay, that's doable. It's easier. It's just your brain, right? It's your physical body. There's a reason why I think it's been about 30 years. A book was written that says, body keeps the score. And what this researcher found is that our bodies store stress, trauma in different parts of the body. Now, some of you may know, and most of you don't, I have PTSD from war. I've only had a few instances where I was reminded of that. But the most significant one was when I overreacted to, I didn't overreact in that moment, that was a legitimate reaction on my part. I heard fireworks very close to me, unexpectedly. I was on the beach in a bathing suit, having fun, got my headphones. All of a sudden, I knew it was fireworks. I knew I was safe in my head. That's what my head was saying. You're safe, you're good. But my head also knew they're not gonna stop. It's 4th of July. I know it's 6 p.m., you can't see the fireworks, but they started at 6 p.m. because they have them through 10 p.m., right? My body, I started crying, I started hyperventilating, and I started shaking. Body took over. My body simply took over. I couldn't direct my body to do what I needed it to do in that situation. Why? Because my body learned that this is how I react from when I was a child, right? This is part of trauma, this is part of PTSD. Now, most of us, thankfully, don't have such a drastic response to something that your body stores, but I'm pretty sure that in a few decades' time, we're gonna find out that all the ailments that we accumulate over time is because we are holding on to a type of energy simply in that part of the body. I am convinced my dad was an empath, even though he didn't know he was. All of his siblings died of a heart attack and a heart disease. There's a reason, because empaths, my therapist said, you always talk about I feel, this feels. Yes, this feels a certain way. That's why I'm interpreting your words. They feel cold, even though you're just saying words. They either feel cold or warm, but they feel a certain way. We feel with our hearts. So I'm challenging you to overcome your body every single day and to have that discipline every single day. The discipline that says, you know, I'll do it tomorrow. Nobody will know. Nobody will know. I'll do it tomorrow. Or I'm not worthy of that. I'm not worthy of a better body. I'm not worthy of a better diet. I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough. To arrive to that thought and make a new choice requires will and strength and a certain level of order and coherence in your brain, between your brain and between your heart, to overcome that. And what you end up with is you feel the power. Because after 4 days of taking a cold shower for 3 minutes, or meditating for an hour, or praying for however long, something that challenges you, we all have different challenges, right? You end up feeling your power. You say, ooh, I could do that. I could be on the Stairmaster for 3 hours and still, look at me, I'm walking today, I'm gonna go again today. I'm gonna go, and I can't wait. Not that I don't want to be here. I totally want to be here. But if I didn't have this, I would have gone this morning. Then I would have gone another time in the afternoon. Why? Because I told myself, I proved to myself that I can do it. But when you can do something physically, then you transfer that into your imagination, where you create stuff. Don't you know? Barb said I'm a good cook, and I am, thank you. I'm a foodie, I like to eat. Don't you know, the first time I cooked pasta, I didn't make pasta, I cooked it. I was 16 years old, I was in St. Louis. My sister still wasn't home from work. I had just arrived to the United States. It burned. How did it burn? It didn't have enough water. It absorbed the water. I didn't know. I saw my sister making it. I was like, I don't know, they put some water in there. I burned it. Right? But that process of arriving to a place where I could just whip up something, just look at my fridge and say, I have this, and that, maybe, let's try it, right? Happens through a process of imagination. Leonardo da Vinci said, where the spirit does not work with the hand, there is no art. We can interpret that in a different way and say, where the spirit doesn't work through us, there is no life. When you don't allow the spirit, when you're always in that resistant mode, I can't do this. This isn't for me. I've never done this. My family's never done this. I wasn't raised this way. When you go beyond that, you allow yourself to create something that you've never created before. Again, resulting from new choices. But that requires you to make space inside of you. When you adopt a pet, or when you have a baby, or a roommate, or you start seeing somebody, you have to create space for that person to interact with you in your life, right? You have to create space for them. But God is, we are made in the image and likeness of God. God is not a person that walks among us, because we don't see a face. God doesn't look like that, or me, or you, or her, or him, or God is an energy. Creating space for that energy to create through you allows you to experience what that feels like. The last step of having fun, that's where emotion comes in. There's a reason. My neighbor's dog, Luna, oh my God. I just go, is that Luna? She goes, I mean, she's still a puppy, but she'll throw herself on the ground, all fours up, and go, come here, you can do anything. Her tail is wagging, and I'm excited to see her too. Feeling that emotion, that elevated emotion of loving something, expressing a love towards a pet, a person, cooking, anything, allows us to feel the energy, the elevated energy, in comparison to the energy that says, I'm not worthy, right? Because we already work through that. We already work through that discipline every day. We kind of cleared out the cobwebs, right? You clear out the cobwebs through your daily discipline and intentional discipline. You clear out the cobwebs of things that don't serve you. I'm not talking about clear something that you enjoy doing. No. This is stuff that's holding you back. This is stuff that you wake up with every day and feel a heaviness in your heart instead of feeling excited. To feel almost like which I speak of this from personal experience. Every time I've gone through a discipline, I'll hold it for like a few days, sometimes weeks, and then I'll feel elevated. I'm like, okay, I don't have to do it anymore. I'm good. And then you start floating on that surf, on that wave, right? You start floating on that wave, but at some point it catches up to you. Because I've had 42 years of learning how to be. And then I spent 2 weeks learning a new way, and I expect those 2 weeks to simply overwrite everything I've learned so far. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. So a lot of times when you feel that high and you go up there and you say, I feel so powerful today. I feel like I can do anything. I am the only person that can stand in my way, and I've already proved to myself that I am capable of putting myself aside. Putting myself aside the thought that says, I can't do this. The belief that says, I am not worthy. The thing that says, oh, no, just do it tomorrow. Nobody's going to see. Personal accountability is super important. When you go through this cycle of every day, right, this intentional discipline and intentional, the difference between a discipline and intentional discipline is when you include your intention, you're including the power of the energy of God from inside of you to work for you. Because you're saying, I want to accomplish X, Y, and Z through this daily practice. I'm going to take a cold shower every day, and I want to improve my business through that. How will it happen? I don't know. That's where faith comes in, right? You got to believe. You got to believe that you're on a positive trajectory. You're on a positive path that's working for you. And at some point, you know, yesterday, when you start having the thoughts of, as an empath, I am like a sponge. If I am not careful, and if I'm not intentional about how I engage with the world, I am a sponge and at everybody's whim. What that means is if I see somebody who's Debbie Downer or has some kind of drama happening, I take all that on as if it's mine, and I go home and try to live my life with all that energy, but it doesn't work. But when you feel your own power with your discipline, when you say, I am the only person that can stand in my way, what you find is that everybody's energy just rolls off your shoulder. You see it and you're like, oh, okay. I mean, I'll be of assistance. I'll help you. I can be in your space, but I'm not taking it on because it's not mine. And then at that point, the Debbie Downers look at you and say, what do you want? I want some. I want some of that. And you know what you're on? You're on yourself. This isn't gas. When we do the daily discipline, you're not putting gas in yourself. We're not a car. We're simply mining ourselves for diamond and gold fields and mines. We're looking for that diamond that's inside of you, or you're looking for that energy inside of you so that you can feel it, right? You're creating space for that goodness. And you're replacing the thoughts that say, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I can't do that, I've never done that. Perfect. That's exactly where you need to be. That's exactly where you need to be. And then go against that thought. Not fall into it, because falling into it just says your body took over and your body's directing you. Your body's telling you where to go. So when that person says, oh my God, what are you on? That's when you know. That's when you know that God is present in your life. This energy, this power, infinite power, the love, the wisdom, the excitement for life is present inside of you. That's when you know that you're allowing God to work through you. And it takes work. Like I said, it's been many, many times that I have been on this train and then gotten off. And for me, I am an addict when it comes to energy. If I'm feeling good, I'll just ride it. Go as high as I can. I'm up there. But when I crash, I crash. And when I crash, I don't want to talk to nobody. But having been on that cycle so many times, I finally recognized the benefit of doing that something, that your discipline, right? Your discipline every single day. Something that challenges you enough that you have to overcome it. At some point, it will become second nature, just like taking a shower or brushing your teeth. You don't think about that. You just do it. You don't think about breathing. You just do it. You don't think about eating, well, sometimes, but you just do it, right? These are bodily functions that we do, but when you include your intention of whatever it is that, however you want to contribute to the world, and put in the work, you create this momentum of discipline, creation, and then feeling all the benefits that come along with that. You create this momentum from inside of you. You're unstoppable. You feel unstoppable. You feel unstoppable. And that's when we are the best people. That's when we are our best selves. That's when you can say, I've overcome the things that used to define me. Reverend Barb asked me, should I introduce you as a refugee? I no longer identify with that word, although I was that. But it's not a daily thing for me. I no longer identify with it. If I see videos of Ukraine and Gaza and all the other, places in the world, yes, I will be triggered. But having an intentional discipline, even talking about news, even not watching the news on a daily basis, if this is something that you do right now, is a big thing. And you will notice a shift in your energy, because you will say, I'm not strong enough to absorb that energy, so I will build up my strength. And when I can absorb it, when I can view it, look at it, and not be absorbed into it and overcome by it, I want to direct my energy. That's when you can start. So I don't watch any video. I just read articles. I can't watch video. I'm too, I'm not there yet. I'm not strong enough to watch the video and go back to my regular life as if I didn't see anything, right? But that's where this internal, intentional discipline and imagination and creating, so involving your intentional discipline is your body. Involving your imagination and creating, your power of creating, is your mind. And feeling is your spirit. It all falls in. I don't believe that, there's athletes, top athletes in the world, who talk about the benefits of meditation. So even though they have a physical activity that they do every day, they still talk about the meditation. But even monks, people who, that's their only job, is to meditate 22 hours a day or something crazy like that, right? They still have daily chores that they do. They sweep the floors. We need to involve both the body and the mind. Both of them are equally, because both of them can stop us in our tracks in doing and accomplishing of what we want to do. And our bodies do keep a score, even though it doesn't feel that way. It just feels like it's our head saying, oh, I can't do that. It's our body that has learned to think in that way. And overcoming that every day is how we allow God to work through us. It's how we meet God. It's how we prove to ourselves, you are made in the image and likeness of God. But until you feel it, until I feel it, I didn't know it. Until I felt it, until I gave myself that time and space to feel the power and be humbled by it. Every day, be humbled by it. And when people start reacting around you, it feels like you're bending the will of the universe. And I think that only happens when you bend the will of your body, when you overcome that, both the body and the mind. So to meet God and to allow God to work through you, you have to introduce God into your life in different practices, daily practices that allow you to overcome the body, the mind, and allow the spirit to talk mostly through you. And now Aisha and Mitch will, or just Aisha, will do the just to know you. Just to know you. Just to live inside your grace. Just to feel you. This time in this place, there is peace in every breath as my mind dwells on your name. Finding peace, peace within, treasure of bliss, never ends. Sase, sase, man and ama. Semare Iho bisaran Mi hepai Iho bisaran Ni depai. Just to know you. Just to live inside your grace. Just to feel you. In my heart at this time, in this place, there is peace in every breath as my mind dwells on your face. Finding peace, peace within, treasure of bliss, never ends. Sase, sase, man and Take a deep breath. Let go. Feel your cheeks and your eyes and your lips. Relax your tongue on the bottom of your mouth. Release everything. Feel your shoulders. Feel them sitting against the chair. And the weight, just release it with every breath. Feel your heart. Feel the love. Feel the strong emotions. And just let them flow out of you. Feel your stomach in your navel. And your legs sitting on the chair. Your thighs and your calves. Feel your feet and being grounded deeply. Allow yourself to be in a space that is new. Unknown. Allow to be excited. Allow yourself to be excited about it. Imagine a version of you. A version of you you've always imagined, but never arrived to. Imagine that person existing here and now in this room. Imagine that body and that energy. Let it flow in and out of you. Allow that flow to take over to places yet to be seen, to places yet to be felt, to things yet to be done, to feelings yet to be felt and experienced and shared with the world. Allow that new person to exist today, here and now. Give that person, give that you a chance to live. To live a life that is abundant, that is loving and lovable and exciting, yet different and unknown from the one that we released. Allow yourself to be comfortable with making new choices, walking different paths. Doing different things than what you've done so far. Dwell in the space where everything new is the new norm. It's your new life. What used to be unknown and maybe a little bit uncomfortable is now the expected. Be in the space where you expect everything you thought impossible just yesterday. Allow yourself to be in the space of possibility, maybe even inevitability. Where you are the person you're proud to be. A version of you that has made leaps and bounds in making progress. Allow yourself to see no bounds, see no limits in what you can be and what you can do. It's where miracles happen. And feel. Feel the presence of that magnificent energy coming from inside of you. It's always been there. It's still there, and it will always be there. Hold the space for miracles. Hold the space for God inside of you. Awaken the giant that slumbers deep within to a new life. New possibilities. And feel that. Feel the power, the strength, the love, and the wisdom that comes in precisely the exact moment when you need it. Feel the faith of knowing that everything happens for your benefit. Know that you are God. Know that you are powerful. Know that your faith will take you where you need to be and where you need to go. And it will bring you everything that you need. As you bring yourself back to this room, carry this feeling for as long as you can manage with you and allow it to flow freely from within you.
Whoa. Hello.
Sorry.
It's okay. The once agile athlete. That was beautiful, Fatima. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. May we recite together, please, as we prepare to offer from our abundance to the abundance of this ministry that serves you. May you serve this ministry as well. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful.
Words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither wildly as they slip away across the universe. Pools of sorrow, waves of joy are drifting through my opened mind, possessing and caressing me. Jai Guru Deva Om. Love is gonna change my world.
Love is gonna change my world. Love is gonna change my world. Love is gonna change my world.
Images of broken light which dance before me like a million eyes. They call me on and on across the universe. Thoughts meander like a restless wind into a letterbox. They tumble blindly as they make their way across the universe. Jai Guru Deva Om. Love is gonna change my world.
Love is gonna change my
world.
Love is gonna change my Love is gonna change my
Sounds of laughter, shades of life are ringing through my open ears, inciting and inviting me. Limitless, undying love which shines around me like a million suns. It calls me on and on across the universe. Jai Guru Deva Om. Love is gonna change my world.
Love is gonna change my world. Love is gonna change my world. Love is gonna change my world.
Jai Guru Deva. 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 Jai Guru Deva.
We offer blessings. We offer gratitude for all that you have shared with our ministry so that our ministry may continue to grow. In gratitude, thank you all, and amen. Thank you. Thank you, William. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you, Aisha and Mitch. That was beautiful. John Lennon, yes? Yes. Did you hear us singing over here? And yeah, that's fun. Our weekly announcements. We are still seeking a piano accompanist and another vocalist. If you are interested or know someone who is, please see Aisha. Meditation class on Tuesday evenings with Daryl begins at 6 p.m. Yay, still continuing. ACIM, no. If you would like to help also support our ministry, if you'd like to donate, whatever amount feels right to you, for one of our little books there, you can take notes in it. And you can also, if you have a note that you would like to share with me or with a board member. And let me point out our board members. Mary Jo is here, Liz is here, Catherine is here. I'm missing somebody. Sue? You know, Sue, you hide on me back there. We know that Roy is watching. We know that Mike and Joan are on a trip, and Michael is watching, and we're glad to have you watching. UnityRochester.org to keep up with what's going on. Much is going on, and much is in the works. And hang on, would you bring that envelope that's under my chair, Fatima, as you come up to also give an announcement? Prayer chaplains are available for personal prayer support after service. We're going to ask so that, come on around this side here, thank you. Come on over here. We're going to ask that after we sing Let There Be Peace on Earth, that we allow our prayer chaplains and those who would like to avail themselves of prayers to have this entire sanctuary of quiet for themselves. So I am going to start the march out after Let There Be Peace on Earth. And if you would gather your things and follow me out so that we allow a quiet space for our prayer chaplains, we'd greatly appreciate that. And before we sing the prayer for protection, I know that Fatima has an announcement. And you know that we tithe 10% of everything that we bring in to needy organizations here in the Rochester area. This is from the Center for Youth. Thank you for your donation of 38 hoodies to the Center for Youth. Your support inspires us to care, to advocate for the youth in need of safety, babies and families in crisis, and children facing some of the greatest challenges in our community. A letter from Elaine Spall, Executive Director. Thank you for these donations of the hoodies. And we will continue to share with you the gratitude that we receive from those we offer to. And Fatima has an announcement?
Yes, except my flyers are on the other side. So I'm gonna go get them over there.
All right.
I have an event on February 10th. It is a tribute to Sade. I will be performing a tribute to her. It's a sit-down dinner at 75 Stetson Street. Tickets are $60, and I do have some with me today, but that includes dinner, and I believe and desserts. And there will be another performer there as well, but my band is going to be amazing. The drummer is performing at the Grammys, and we will have our rehearsal when he comes back. And the sax player is Grammy nominated. The whole band, it's like a 6-piece band. It'll be amazing. So if you care to bring your loved one or a nice romantic Valentine's date, feel free to talk to me about tickets, or I can give you a flyer. And
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fatima.
Thank you.
All right. May we together sing the prayer for protection? Fatima, if you'd like to join us, feel free. Boy, there's so many cards. Come on up, sweetheart. Want to come around this way? All right.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Oh, that was so beautiful. Thank you. May we join hands around the sanctuary. And Mitch is going to give us an introduction before we start, so we know when to begin. Let there be peace on earth.
Begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be with God, our Creator. Family, all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be